Hi, I'm Lisa, and this is the sixth and final installment in a series showing how animal communication can be a benefit to your pet. So I'm going to share with you a story about Brinley, who developed sound sensitivity and noise phobias all of a sudden with an episode that happened within the house. And there was something going on with the fireplace. There was some new flu or something. I don't know. I understand all those details, but the fireplace was hot and then it was cooling down. The metal contracting made a loud popping sound. And apparently it was very loud. And the two people in the house both went, "Oh, what's that?" It was very loud. And ever since then, Brinley, any sound at all. So, for example, she likes to lay on the back of the couch in the living room and look out the window. She was up on the back of the couch and someone walked in and the floor creaked a little tiny bit and she jumped up and ran down the basement stairs and would not go back into the living room at all after that. That's how severe this was. So this went on for about 6 months. They did have a complete thorough veterinary exam, checked the thyroid, checked all the hormone levels, all of that, and it all came back just fine. So when I checked in with Brinley, I just said, "So this happened. It's interesting." I said, "Your mom wants to know why you're afraid of the noises." She's like, "I'm not afraid." That's what she said. "I'm not afraid." So I went through the incident with her and she said, "Oh yeah, I'm not afraid, but now when I hear noises, I feel funny." And I knew what she was referring to was her nervous system was overstimulated and started misfiring, just the sound of it. And she didn't attribute it to fear, but it made her body feel funny. And that's what was going on with her. So I explained it. I said, "Look, this is what happened, and this is why your body's doing what it's doing. And you don't have to worry about that anymore." And, I went through all of that with her. I said, but then we came up, I said, she showed me a safe place that was kind of fuzzy and closed in, kind of like a den. And I said, "Okay, we'll come up with a safe place for you to go." And the other thing is I thought, well, maybe a thunder shirt would help her too, because it really was a nervous system misfiring kind of situation. And she really liked that idea. So when I talked to her owner said, well, I said about can we create she showed me a soft, fuzzy kind of place. And she said, well, I just bought I can't remember what she called it, a calming bed, I think it is. Anyway, it's round and it's fuzzy and furry and she can bury herself in it. It's supposed to be very calming for the animals. I said, oh yeah, that's what she was showing me. And so what and then the thunder shirt too, she said, "I just bought a thunder shirt for her." I said, okay. So when she put the thunder shirt on Brinley, what she told me is that Brinley loves it. She doesn't even want to take it off. She wants it on all the time. And I said, there's your answer. There's your indication. Brinley knows what she needs to feel better. Brinley needs this to happen, right? To need to have the thunder shirt on. She needs to have help recovering when she's been stimulated into that state. I said, so we're going to do 3 things. 1, we're going to put a thunder shirt on her all day, every day for a while until she calms down. 2, I'm going to tell her, and I did tell Brinley, I said, go to your safe place. And that little fuzzy bed ended up being her safe place. And 3, her mom was going to sit down next to her and do some very focused, deep breathing. And that Brinley then would synchronize her breathing with her mom's breathing, and then that would help her calm down. So as it turns out, Mom called me up a couple days later. She said, "You're not going to believe this." I'm like, "Oh yes, I will." But anyway, she said she was in the kitchen and Brinley was in another part of the house, and I don't know what it was, but some loud noise happened, and her mom said, "Oh gosh, she probably ran down the stairs to the basement." And she went in to check. No, Brinley had put herself in her calm bed, which was on the couch in the living room. And what her mom said is, she said she hasn't been in that living room for 6 months. So just that little bit of communication, understanding what we could do to help her feel safe and coming up with a plan, is what needed to happen. And it's also one of the great beauties of animal communication. So I'm hoping, I want to leave you with this. What I'm describing is not a gift. It's not a special gift. We all have it within us. It just takes a little bit to learn how to focus and learn how to use it. All right. And I hope that this has inspired you to interact with your pets in a slightly more intentional way. So anyway, there'll be a lot more videos. I hope to see you soon.